All right. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to have everybody take a seat. So we'll start in a comfortable seat. And then you can push your hands down on your thighs, let your shoulders come up to your ears. Take a breath in and let it all the way out through the mouth or nose. And then again, just like that. Inhale, let it come up. Exhale. And then last one, push down and lift. Let it drop as you exhale. And then the shoulders can relax, the palms can relax. You can allow the eyes to come to close. And then just observing your breathing, checking in, coming into the now, in your space, and in your body. And allowing the breath to be natural in its own pace, its own breadth, its own cadence, its own volume. And just take a few moments to observe. Relaxing the palate, the hinge of the jaw. Softening the length of the arms, palms, the belly, the hips, glutes, and the length of the legs. And coming into a sense of what you need from this time. We'll take a nice breath in together, and then exhale it all the way out. You can keep the eyes closed if you like, or open if you're ready. You can take the palms together and give them a nice vigorous rub. Heat them up, charge them up. Let's go ahead and lay the hands on the forehead. Lay the hands on the forehead. Relax the brow. And then you can slowly let the hands move away, and then we'll do it again. Rub, rub. We'll put them over the eyes this time. So cup the eyes, the cheeks, the sinuses. And then they slowly pull away. Last time, yogi's choice. So it's the place in the body that needs TLC. It's intuitive. You don't really have to think about it. You probably already know. So heat it up. And then put your healing hands on that place. All right. Can release the hands and bring them back to the knees. We're going to take nice big circles with the torso. Well, they don't have to be big. They can be whatever size you want them to be. They can be small, or you can take the torso all the way forward and all the way back. Keeping the abdominals toned so the back is safe as you move through this motion. And then we'll take it the other direction. Okay, great. We'll come back to center. Let's interlace the hands. We're flipping the palms face up and let the palms reach up towards the sky. And then wiggle out of the hips, the waist, the rib cage. Keep pressing. You can take the gaze up, take a nice breath in. And then as you exhale, the arms are coming to shoulder height. Flip the palms so your knuckles are reaching towards knee. Tuck your tail and round your back. Think like a cat pose. Push as you exhale, exhale, exhale. And then again, inhale, flip the palms, center face up, reach up, look up. And then exhale, release all the breath from the diaphragm, push the knuckles forward, tuck the tail, stretch through the space between the blades. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, push. Last one, inhale, reach up. Exhale, push. All right, you can sit up straight, take your hands back behind you. Fingertips are facing away, the chest is broad. And then use the fingertips to let that be like a kickstand for the chest. So the chest is lifting up, the head can go back any amount or all the way. Open and close the jaw a few times. You can take a few head rolls. They can be halfway, they can be all the way. Just going in easy with the neck and shoulders. Okay, we'll come to neutral. You can keep your hands back behind you. Let's unpack the legs. You can give them a little shaky shake or a wiggle, a bounce. Let's take a reverse table to just reset each side. So soles of the feet are coming down. Fingertips are facing the same direction as your toes. Push down and lift the hips. You can look towards your knees or you can take your head back. And then exhale, seat comes down. Let's do it 2 more times. Push to lift, that's your inhale. And then exhale, seat comes down, last one. Great. Let's come back to a seat and take the opposite leg on top or in front. If you're not sure, just go in the automatic way and then switch. Left hand down, right arm up and over. Keep the hips grounded. It's super long, crescent in the side waist, a long reach with the right hand. And then right hand comes down, left arm up and over. Shoulders, elbows, soft. Inhaling, left palm down, right arm up and over. Again, left. Last time. Right hand coming down, left hand coming up and over. Coming to center, we're just taking the hands forward and taking a gentle bow. This can be very uplifted and the chest can stay long, or the heart can extend forward with the torso long. You can stay extended, pushing into the fingertips, or you can fold it all the way in. Forearms can come down. This can be static, or you can take a few sways left and right. Breathing into the upper back, mid back, low back, hips, glutes. Okay, we'll look forward, slowly walk the hands in and up. We'll unpack the legs once again. Let's give them a little shaky shake, maybe give a little rub down of the knees, and then we'll come to a tabletop position. Palms under shoulders, knees under hips, tuck the toes. Let's come into a cow pose and then pause. Drop the belly, lift the gaze, lift the tail. Take a breath in. Stay for the exhale. One more inhale. And then reverse, tuck the tail, cat pose, tuck the chin. Push into the hands to make space between the shoulder blades, the back of the heart. So that was an inhale, that was an exhale. Stay for the inhale. Complete the exhale. We'll move fluid now, inhaling into cow and exhaling into cat. Moving at your own pace, you can stay with this motion. If you want to add a little bit of free form, you can go for that now. A few more breaths. You can get the head into it, rotate the hips, barrel roll the rib cage, anything goes. Keeping the awareness of your breathing in the foreground. Okay. Let's wrap it up. Come to neutral, tuck the toes, and we'll come into a downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, you're moving freely, lifting the heels, stretching the toes, bending the knees. Again, anything goes here. So this is a feeling into the body in this larger shape. Allow the breath maybe to become fuller as we take a more challenging posture. Let the shoulders move away from the ears, the head hang heavy. Okay, so let's come into our neutral downward facing dog. Palms or shoulders distance apart, maybe a little wider. Spread the fingers, wrist creases are aligned. Then from here, the heart is moving towards the knees, the hips are lifted, but let's take a little variation and take the feet wide. Maybe it's even as wide as your mat. Let the toes turn out slightly so the heels drop. Ooh, push into the hands. If you like, the hands can come maybe a little closer to the feet. We're coming into the calves, the Achilles. Relax the shoulders, relax the head. Take a nice breath in. Ooh, let it all the way out. Okay, let's come back to the classic alignment. The feet are hips distance. Let's inhale the right leg to the sky. You're in a three-legged dog. Bend the knee, flex the foot, and kick the hip open. And then from here, you can stay just like this if this static is working for you, if holding is working for you. Otherwise, you can start to take movements with the hip. So the knee can come into a circle. You can bend and extend the leg. So in this three-legged dog, opening the hip in whatever way feels most advantageous. Then let's come back into that three-legged dog. Come forward into the top of a push-up. We're in a one-legged plank. So you might have to wiggle the toes back, let the shoulders come over the wrists, pause here, tone the belly, firm the left and right thigh. You can flex or point to the right foot. Let the gaze come down and forward. Take a breath in. Exhale, coming into either a chaturanga, dropping to the knees to modify. Whole body can come to the ground. And then coming into a little cobra pose here. Push into the thighs and the tops of the feet. Let the chest come broad. Take a breath in. Exhale. One more inhale. And then downward facing dog. Right from here, the left leg rises. Bend the knee, flex the foot and tip the hip open. And then again, you can stay just like this in stillness, or you may consider beginning to bend and straighten. The knee can come up, over, around, any range of motion. No wrong way to do it. Okay, then let's come into that split leg, three-legged dog. Slide it forward. You might have to squeak the right foot back. And then we firm, tone, push down through the hands from the shoulders. Firm the belly, both thighs. Take a breath in. As you exhale, it's either chaturanga or all the way to the floor. Inhale, we're coming into a cobra. Maybe you're ready for an up dog. Maybe there's a different back bend variation that you'd like. We're staying for an extra breath. Make sure you're grounding through the tops of the feet. If your legs are down, ground through the thighs. And then on your next exhalation, downward facing dog. Let's inhale, looking forward to the hands, step the feet. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, folding in deeply. Pushing into the feet, inhaling and rising all the way up. Reach up, look up. We'll stay in Urdhva Hastasana, upward facing hands. Your feet can be directly together underneath you or slightly apart, hips distance. Push down into the soles of the feet. Engage the thighs, tuck the tail, tone the belly, lift the heart, extend through the arms. You can look up, reach through your fingertips. And then as you exhale, folding in and down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands coming down, step back. Chaturanga Dandasana or all the way to the floor. Any modification is welcome. Inhale, let the heart extend upward, cobra, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift the hips. Set the feet, hips distance, palms, shoulders distance. Pull the shoulders away from the ears, let the head hang free. Looking forward, stepping the feet to the hands. Inhaling, halfway lift. Hands come to shin, thighs. Exhale as you fold. Draw the belly in and up towards the spine. Pushing into the feet. Inhale, reach all the way up. Again, Urdhva Hastasana. Keep the arms lifted. Zip the feet together now. And then exhale, we'll take a chair pose. The arms can stay uplifted. You may consider coming into goalpost arms if you like as well. Squeeze the inner ankles, the inner knees, the inner thighs. This can be somewhat uplifted, right? You can definitely live here. If you want to go for gold, you can drop the hips, let the arms reach up, up. Take a breath in. Exhale, fold in and down. Inhale, halfway rising. Exhale, hands come down, step the feet back. Chaturanga Dandasana or modify. Inhale to extend the heart up. Exhale, down dog. So we're moving through a full sun B. Inhale the right leg to the sky. Exhale, stepping the right foot forward. Between the hands, the left heel drops at a 45-degree angle. Now push the feet down and away, and that will help lift the upper body up. The torso is facing forward. The arms are extended long. Think of that Urdhva Hastasana. That's really what this is, just with the legs split. So pushing the right foot down and forward, pushing the left foot down and back, but it's coming with from the pinky toe side of that left foot. All right, so let's tone the belly, lift the chest, take a breath in, look up. And then exhale, hands are coming down, framing that right foot. The right leg goes back, high to low plank. Inhaling, the heart extends. Exhale, down dog. As you inhale, the left leg rises. Exhale, left foot between the palms. Really, I think it's placed a little closer to the left hand. Then drop the right heel. The foot is at a 45-degree angle. Now the feet are set before you even rise. Push the feet down in a way. The inhalation helps you lift. The hips are facing forward. Split the feet. Lift the heart. Extend the gaze upward if you feel stable. If you feel a little wobbly today, the gaze can stay down. And then take a breath to kind of stick the landing. I have a lot of gymnastics in my feed. So stick your landing, say it with your chest, take a breath in. And then as you exhale, the hands come down, the left foot goes back. High to low plank. Inhaling as the heart extends up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, to truly finish this sun B, we have to come back into chairs. So let's lift the heels. Exhale, the feet are coming to hands. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale as you fold in. Feet all the way together, bend the knees, drop the hips, upper body lifts, arms lift, gaze lifts. push into the feet. Palms come together at the heart. And you can just take a moment to pause. Observe your body, observe your breathing. Let's interlace the hands behind the low back. I like to start with the elbows bent and then kind of squeeze the blades together, broaden the chest, and then from here, straighten out the arms. You can come to you can keep the heels of the hands open, or you can squeeze them closed if that's available to you. So we'll just stay upright for the moment, firm in the legs, broad across the chest. Let's take a look over the right shoulder. And then left. Again, right. And left. Come to center, chin tucks. Gaze in, chin lifts. Again, the chin tucks, but it's more in towards the base of the throat than it is towards the chest. Tuck the chin back and then down. And then the gaze lifts up. Head is coming to neutral. Right ear, right shoulder. And then left. Again, right. And left. Okay, the head is coming to neutral. Let's keep the bind. Take your feet a little wider. Toes are turned out. Think of like a horse stance kind of set up for the feet. We're folding here, but it's almost like a squat. So you can take the hips up, deep bend in the knees. The arms are coming overhead. The head is dropping downward. And then here we are. Try to keep the shoulders away from the ears. Think about broadening across the chest. So squeeze your shoulder blades together. Yes, the chest is becoming wider. The blades are squeezing. Let the weight of the head go like a ripe mango, juicy, ready to be picked. All right, let's look forward. Keep the feet as they are. Release the bind. Halfway lift. Keep the knees bent as much as you need to. That's fine. You can take your feet a little bit wider. It's fine if they're off of your mat. Let's take the right hand down. Again, halfway lift, long torso. The left arm is reaching up. You can stay looking down, neutral, or up. Then we'll take the gaze down and switch it out. You can come to fingertips, flat palms. Again, first things first, the torso is long, and then we rotate and extend the right arm up. Gaze comes down. Let's do it again one more time each side. So right palm is planting, extend through the torso, and then the left arm comes up. And then slowly switch it out, extend, and reach. All right, we'll take the gaze down. Let's bring the feet a little bit closer together and come into a goddess pose. So the heels are coming together, but the toes are still turned out. Dropping the hips, you can kind of slide and surf a little left and right, navigate your way in. This is a great quad stretch too, so we go in a little slowly. And then from here, if the heels come down, great. If they don't, that's okay. You can slide something underneath them, or you can just work on the toe stand of it. Then the elbows are coming on the inner knees. Press the palms together, and at the same rate, the knees are coming into the elbows, triceps. Tailbone down, lift the chest. Woo. Take a nice breath in. If you feel wobbly, the gaze can stay down. If you'd like, the gaze can reach up towards the third eye or the sky. We're taking 3 more breaths. Okay, The gaze can come down, the hands can come down. Let's lift the hips. And then slowly, slowly coming all the way to stand. Hands are on hips. And let's take some good old-fashioned hip circles, like some gym class calisthenic hip circles. And then the other direction. Okay, let's try crow pose. We're kind of already set up for it, but we're going to bring the feet together. Sorry, correction. The heels will come together. The toes will turn out. Think of like Charlie Chaplin feet. Okay, so as we have our Charlie Chaplin feet, let's bend the knees outward towards the direction of the toes. The heels are lifting and the seat is dropping. The hands are coming down, flat palms. They must be flat. The hands are under the shoulders, maybe just a smidge wider is fine. So there's so many stages to this, right? You could stop right here if you wanted to and just work this on its own. I'm going to turn to the side so you can get a better view. Okay, so from here, we're lifting the hips up and bending the elbows back like chaturanga. So from here, hips lift, elbows back. Now we've got a shelf of the triceps. The knees are not on the outside of the arms. The knees are on the triceps. So this is it, right? You could stop right here. You're picking up the pelvic floor. You're toning the belly. Crawl the head out of the shoulders as you shift the weight of the body forward. Keep looking forward. If you're looking back towards the feet, you're fixing to do a somersault, and that's not what we want to do. So tone the pelvic floor, tone the belly, maybe one toe lifts, maybe both feet lift wherever you are. Even if both feet are on the ground, keep working on the action of letting the weight of the body come forward. Pick up the pelvic floor, tone the belly, last breath. From here, we're stepping the left and right feet back. You're in the top of a push-up. Woo, exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Great job. Lift the hips. Take a breath. Okay, let's bring the feet together. Inhale the right leg to the sky. Right foot is coming forward between the hands, but maybe just a little closer to the right hand. Then from here, let's drop the left knee down. You can roll over your mat or put a cushion if you need to. Walking the hands to the thigh. Pelvis is coming forward. The chest is long. Reach the arms up. Take a breath in. We're taking the hands down, framing the right foot. Let's take the seat back. It's a half split, Ardha Hanumanasana. You might want to wiggle that right foot forward. Let's reset with a halfway lift. And it's not a rounding in, it's an extension and a fold. So the torso stays long, but we're hinging from the hip here versus this. That's just a strain on the back. So engage the top of the thigh to keep the hamstring safe. Fold from the hinge of the hip, but really what's that coming from? A bending of the elbows. The bending of the elbows to keep the torso long. Here we are. Let's take a breath. Rebend the right knee, come off of the left. We're still in a low lunge, but we're working towards a high lunge. We're working towards a crescent. So push the feet down and away. Inhale, let the upper body lift. We're taking an open arm twist to the right. So the gaze is coming, the heart is spiraling, the arms are opening wide. Yeah, if you're super wobbly, you can drop your left heel, take it more like a warrior one in the feet. Make sure this right knee is not dipping in too much. Keep it forward and out. Take a breath in. Let's open up into a warrior two. Sorry, my back is to you, but this is still good to see alignment. Right heel intersects the left arch. Take a look at your feet, make sure it's true. The right knee is coming forward, not in, but forward, maybe even out. And then let's look at the elbows, relax the shoulders. And then re-extend the arms soft, soft. Let's take a reverse warrior. Left hand down, right arm is coming up and back. Let's transform this into a triangle pose. Straighten the right leg, reach the right hand forward. Right hand is coming under the knee, shin, ankle, block, big toe. But what's happening here? We're tucking the tail in again, lengthening the torso, and then the rotation. Think of the left side of the heart reaching up towards the sky. Let's take the top arm and reach it long overhead, palm is face down. And then we'll go ahead and tuck that left arm behind the back. Maybe it rests there, maybe it finds the right thigh. Pull the right shoulder away from the ear. It wants to creep up. See if you can draw it back. Keep lifting the right thigh up. Take a breath in. Okay, we're transitioning to an Ardha Chandrasana. For an extra challenge in the entry, you can keep your left hand where it is. If you feel like, no, that's not a good idea today, then just take the left hand to the left hip. Bend the right knee, right hand already comes to the floor. Take a half step in with your left foot, walk the right hand forward. It's underneath the shoulder, but beyond your right toes. Then from here, we're shifting the weight of the body into that right foot, lift the left leg. Flex the ankle, firm the thigh. The gaze stays down only until you feel stable and you're ready to lift. So you can keep the stabilization of the left hand on the left hip. You can begin to lift the left hand up. The gaze can come up if you like. If you feel wobbly, keep the gaze down. Okay, we're going to take this into a little flamingo pose. Left hand comes down, square the hips, and then tuck your left knee into your nose. Your right knee is slightly bent. Bring your left heel up to your glute. Tuck, 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 tuck. Let's inhale, take the gaze open, extend the left leg back. And then again, a little tuck into flamingo. Inhale, open. Last time, tuck. Inhale, open. Step your left leg all the way back. Step your right leg all the way back. You're in the top of a push-up. Exhale as you lower down. We're coming into our back bend and we're going to stay. So if you want to take cobra, you want to take upward facing dog, maybe you want to take a seal pose, take the arms forward and a little wider. So come into your back bend for 3 breaths. Soften the shoulders. It's an Ujjayi pranayama, inhaling into the diaphragm through the nose, exhaling from the diaphragm through the nose, that little hug at the back of the throat. One more breath. Okay, we're lowering down. Downward facing dog. Okay, we're coming right into it. Feet together, split the left leg to the sky. Exhale the left foot forward. It's between, but maybe a little closer to the left hand. Drop the right knee down, support as needed. Hands come to the thighs as you inhale. You can untuck or keep the right toes tucked, but the pelvis is coming forward. Long in the front of the torso. If you need the stability, keep the hands here. If you're ready, the arms can reach up. Keep pushing that left foot down and forward. And then we're coming into the Ardha Hanumanasana, half split. Hands come down, hips go back. Wiggle that left heel maybe a little bit forward. And then think about the hip creases. The left hip wants to come forward. Can you tuck it back so it's even with the right, that hip crease? And then we're engaging the left thigh, lift it up. The ankle is flexed, the toes are coming back towards the hip. Ooh, if you feel like you can fold, it's with a long spine. Beautiful, relax the shoulders, one more breath. We're making our way into a full crescent lunge. So the sole of the left foot comes down, bend the knee, tuck the right toes, let the knee come off the ground. The heel is still lifted, push the feet down and away, their hips distance apart, and then inhale, upper body lifts. Stick your landing. The right heel is lifted, the right thigh is engaged, the pelvic floor and the belly are toned, and now you've got a really solid crescent warrior. Okay, let's open up warrior two. Adjust the feet. Left heel is intersecting the right arch. You can relax the arms when you're doing that there. Give the shoulders a break. And then from here, let's take the arms out. But let's do that elbow softening. Let the shoulders relax, the neck relaxes, and then we extend the arms softly, palms face down, taking the gaze over the left hand. It's a reverse warrior. Right hand is coming down, left arm is reaching up and back any degree. And then as you inhale, we lift up, left arm, left leg straightens, left arm reaches, and we turn this into our triangle pose, Trikonasana. If you feel like you're folding forward, let the left arm slide up the left leg a little more. Tuck the tail and lengthen your torso. Think about the right side of your heart lifting up from here, spiraling open. We're taking the right arm overhead, the palm is face down. Push through the pinky toe edge of the right foot. Really get that outer hip stretch, side waist stretch. And then we'll tuck the right hand behind the back. The center of the palm is facing out. If you can reach your left hip, go ahead and tuck it into the crease. Take a look down. And then we're transitioning into our half moon, into our Ardha Chandrasana. If you want the transition challenge, you can keep your right hand where it is. If you'd like, you can untuck it and bring it to the right hip. Now, bending the left knee, left hand is coming down. Take a half step forward, then plant the left palm a little bit forward into the pinky toe edge of that left foot. And then from here, the right leg rises. That right thigh is super firm. The ankle is flexed. Push down through the big toe mound of that left foot. If and when you're ready, the right arm can reach up towards the sky. The palm is open, a long extension through the heart, palm to palm. Tone the pelvic floor, the low belly. Okay, we're looking down. The right hand is coming down. It's like a little it's like a little standing split, but we're going right into a flamingo. So we're tucking the right knee, little bend to the left. It's a challenge to get the right heel up towards the glute. Point the right toes. And then inhale, extend the right leg, extend the torso and the gaze. And then exhale, tuck flamingo. Inhale, open and reach. Exhale, tuck. Last one. Okay, take a long step back with the right foot. Palms come down, left leg goes back, top of a push-up. Exhale all the way down. Let's all come into a Sphinx pose now. Let the forearms come down with the elbows underneath the shoulders. You can wiggle a little bit left and right, extend long through the legs. Feel like you're really on the top of the thigh, on the meat of the thigh. And then the toes are untucked. And we take it easy here. Relax the shoulders. Try not to get schlumpy. It's easy to do that. Push down into the forearms, but let the shoulders be away from the ears. We stay here for a few extra breaths and use it like a restorative posture. All right, let's move the elbows out of the way. The upper body is coming down. Let's move into a downward facing dog. It can be nice and slow. And then we'll drop the knees and come into a child's pose. Feet together, knees wide. Slide the hips back. Maybe it's a shift left and right. The torso is long. You can relax the forearms all the way down, forehead down. Let there be a sense of ease in your body, a sense of relinquishment. If you can relax the head all the way down, do so. Okay, slowly we'll take the gaze up. Let's come to a seat. Let's extend the legs straight. We'll start in Dandasana, staff pose. So the feet, think of it like Tadasana. Think of this like mountain, but seated. So the legs are coming out of the hips. The ankles are flexed. We'll take the hands on either side of the hips, push the hands down with straight arms. Engage the pelvic floor, tone the belly. The chin is neutral. Push down with the hands to extend the crown of the head up. Take a breath. And we'll soften this a bit. Take your thumbs and bring them into your hip creases. Push down with the legs, inhale, and then exhale. It's a forward fold into Paschimottanasana. You can release the hands now. They can come alongside you, remain on the legs. You can take a yogi toe lock. You can take this a lot softer and more passive if you need that, and just let the body relax and round, maybe a little bend to the knees. Breathing into the back body, the back of the legs, and the whole length of the spine. We're inhaling to lift the upper body. Let's take the soles of the feet together with the knees wide. In Baddha Konasana, but it can be an open Baddha Konasana. We can shift the hips back. We can take the heels forward as much as you need. Take a breath in, and then folding, bowing. There's a softening here, a full relinquishing again of the shoulders, the upper back. Breathing into the back body, we slowly lift up. The knees come together. We're coming all the way onto the back now. When you land, you can bring the knees into the chest. Take a few rocks on the spine. You can take some circles with the knees, massage out the low back. Let's take the soles of the feet down. We're shifting the hips to the right to bring the knees to the left, coming into a twist. But make sure the knees are somewhat, let's say they're closer in line to your belly button. So we don't want the knees super far away from you. Let's tuck them in slightly. And then the upper back is flattened, broad. The right arm can extend. The gaze can go over the right arm if you like. We're slowly inhaling to center. And then gradually making your way right to the other side. Taking the hips to the left, making sure the knees stay pretty tucked. And then right shoulder slides to the right, left arm opens to the left. You can take your gaze this direction. Relax the toes, hands. Okay, coming back to center. Knees coming into the chest, nose coming up to the knees. Take a nice breath in. And then exhale as you slowly release and set yourself up for Shavasana. Tucking the blades nicely on the back so that it's flat. You can keep the hands on the body or alongside you. Take any support you need under the knees, under the head. A blanket across the torso and pelvis is very comforting and grounding. So take the posture that you need here. Letting any intensity or ujjayi quality to breath be released. Allowing the body to soften in a receptive way. And enjoy these next few moments of divine rest. Becoming aware of your breathing. Becoming aware of your body. Starting to take gentle movements, fingers and toes. If it feels right, you can take a full body stretch. And then bending the knees and tucking into the fetal position on one side. Just pause here. Let the weight of the body go. Pushing yourself up into a comfortable seat. Joining the palms together at the heart, letting the eyes come to close. Just take a moment to pause. We'll take a closing breath together. Nice big inhale. Exhale it all the way out. A humble bow in towards the heart. An outward bow towards each other. Thank you so much for investing your time in this way. May the rest of your day and your week be blessed. Namaste.